Hey guys.
Hey, welcome back to our channel. In this video, Julio and I are going to be talking about the immigration process that we went through in order for him to come here to the US. So stay tuned, watch this video. That's all I can say. So yeah, stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned.
We did the K1 visa for him to come here, and we did it through the pandemic. So you can just imagine like what we had to go through, the loops that we had to go through. It was a crazy process. It was unexpected, of course. No one expected coronavirus and everything to happen. So you can just imagine on top of that doing an immigration process through the pandemic.
It's hard. It's hard. All this paper I need find in Cuba. This is, it's Cuba, so you need to give it the paper fast. You pay extra money. It's not,
Got it. Okay, so let's backtrack. We're gonna start from when I decided to, actually, go forward with, doing the K1 visa and bringing him here. So I decided back in 2019, the first time I went to Cuba was June 2019, and you guys should know that because I did say it in the How We Met video, and if you haven't watched it yet, go back to our playlist and watch it. But yes, Julio and I met June 2019, and later on that year, I decided to put in my paperwork for the K1 visa, so it was the I-129 form to bring him here to the States. And guys, when I tell you, even that initial application was just like so much information, and it's a government document, so you want to make sure everything is right. Like, you don't want to mess up on anything. You don't want to leave anything blank. You want to have all the information in there, and you want to be able to submit all the information that you need. And it was hard because Cuba doesn't really have access to the internet. And like I mentioned in a previous video, most people have to go to the park and use the Wi-Fi at the park because they don't have it at their homes. Now people have more access depending on what type of phone you have, right?
Yeah, right now I think so is everything in house 3G, no?
3G. So if you have 3G
or 4G, it's more fast the internet in the phone.
Oh, 3G or 4G. You can have the internet more faster, and you can use it at home, right?
Yeah, but in the time I talking with you, I need gone to the park. My internet is gone to the park all the time. I talking with you in Cuba.
Yeah, guys, it was the process of us talking in the beginning. Like, he used to go to the park later. There was times he would go to the park at 11 p.m. just so that we can talk. It was very stressful, and it's also very sad. But going back to why I brought that up is because you need certain paperwork in order to submit to that your application. So you need their ID. You need, I think, did I need your birth certificate? No, I just needed your ID. I needed, what else did I ask you for?
I don't know, the passport.
Oh yeah.
Passport, the ID.
No, not passport. Passport was after. But I think it was like his ID, and there was a few other documents that I had asked him for. And if you guys are going through the process of the K1 process, I salute you guys because wow, it is so much. And if you want a detailed video on the process of how I was able to bring him here, please comment below. Or if you have any questions, honestly, just go into our about section and email me. I'm more than happy to help you guys throughout this process because it is not easy. So yeah, I submitted the paperwork. I think it was September 2019. It was fairly fast, but I submitted it, and I knew it was going to take a while. So I was like, I'll just put it in and see what happens if our relationship, fall out, but God willing, everything would be okay. And I mean, it is. So yeah, I put in the paperwork and waited. It's like a waiting game. It's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And throughout this process, we're always talking. And finally, he was able to get 3G, so 3G or 4G, so he's able to use the internet in his home.
Yeah, I talk it all the time. But this is better in my house. You know, the living room
Yeah.
and the room is easy. You know, stay 11 or 12 in the night or midnight talking in the park.
Right. So we kept communicating, and in the back of my head, I'm like, when are we gonna hear back? I'm hoping everything went through. I hope we get approved. Like, guys, I not even tripled. I looked over those papers like, I'm not even kidding, probably 50 times. And you have to submit all this evidence of your relationship. So tickets, passport stamps, things that you bought. Everything, guys, everything. And it texts, like I had to translate the texts from Spanish to English. And of course you didn't have to do that during that process for the I-129 form. But later on down the road you will. But we'll get to that. And yeah, we submitted all that paperwork and we waited, and we finally heard from the embassy in January 2020. So we're excited. We're like, oh my God, we're approved. No RFE. And RFE is, what does it stand for again? It's basically a request for more evidence. So that's and it's not a denial. It's basically saying, hey, we need this extra document proving your relationship, or whatever the case may be. And we didn't have to, go through that process. It was approved right away. Not right away, but it was approved with no RFE. So super excited. I actually was at work, and I was always checking the app, guys. I was literally always checking the app to see any updates. And then I just got out of a meeting, and then it says your case has been approved. Guys, I jumped up, and then everyone was like, what is going on with this girl? Because I'm gonna tell you guys, I didn't really tell anyone about, the whole process of me submitting the application in and doing all that, during that time. Most people didn't even know about my relationship, only because, I didn't want outside noise. And what I mean by outside noise, I wanted to be able to make a judgment of my own relationship before having people have their inputs and their opinions on our relationship. And, you're gonna get is he using you? I don't know. Are you sure you're making the right decision? You can't just find somebody in the States. And I didn't want that in my head unconsciously, because I think it's important for us to be able to form our own opinions about our own relationship. And I give that advice to anybody, is that you should be able to form your own opinion on your own relationship.
This is true. Everybody's thinking different. I'm living in Cuba. You stay here in the United States. The people think, hey, what happened? Maybe he's trying talking with you or something with you for you bring here. No, right now I'm here. Everybody's love me, Okay, I'm a good guy.
Yeah, everyone does love Julio. I'm not even there. Everyone asks for Julio before they ask for me, so that's a given. But yeah, I think I didn't want that to be in my mind unconsciously, having other people's opinion of, what his agenda is. When I'm living throughout this relationship myself, and I know his character. So I thought, I kept my relationship to myself, and I told a few people, of course, but for the most part, I really didn't broadcast it to the world. I was just I'm a very private person anyways, so it came with the territory, I guess. But I was so excited about, seeing that our case was approved. So I went to a conference room, because there was so many conference room at the time at the office. So I hopped into a conference room. I was jumping up and down. I wanted to scream, guys. I was so excited because I was so stressed for 3 months. It was 3 months you have to wait to get an approval. And we got it, and it was just like, okay, I called Julio. I called you, but how did I call you? Oh, so what I would do to call him is I would put money on Reptel, and I barely used it. So I would like call him and the phone ring like 3 times and hang up, and then he would call me back. Like that was his cue to call me. So I wouldn't waste money on, you know, continuing to upload money onto Reptel. So he would call me on WhatsApp, and that's how we communicated, through WhatsApp video as well. Like that was our thing. That's everyone's thing. If you have a relationship with somebody in Cuba or, you know, outside the country, anywhere, you know, WhatsApp is like a given. That's what you use to communicate.
Yeah, it's true.
So he called me on WhatsApp, and I'm like, we got a he was like, yeah, we got approved. I was like, yes, like this is so exciting. And like things were starting to move very fast. I think I waited 2 weeks, because once you get the approval, it has to go somewhere to get, you know, to put in all the information. And once it goes there, I think you have to wait for your case number. So I waited about 2 weeks to give them a call. And I called them, and they had our case number. So with the case number, you start filling out the I-160 form online for, you know, for the request to do the interview. Got all that paperwork done, guys. Everything was set. We got our interview schedules in Guyana. So many people know that the Cuban embassy is closed. So in order to get an interview for anything really, well, technically for the K1, you would have to go to Guyana. So do you want to talk about some of the paperwork that you had to get?
Yeah, all the paper in Cuba is the police certificate, my birth certificate, no?
Birth certificate, yeah.
The other one, the paper is for when you sing, or the paper, how do you say that?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a specific name for it, but I guess it's the paperwork that tells them that you're free to marry and that yet you're not married already. So he had to get those paperworks, and also like his medicals to get all his like his vaccinations from before, from back when he was born. Like he had to get all of that information, and I made sure that he got his high school diploma, everything, just in case. You just never know. So guys, it was crazy because the police certificate, you had to wait.
No, when you give you the paper, I gone for this. I don't know. I gone for this place. I don't remember the address. Is some.
It's like downtown Havana. He by the way, guys, he's from Havana, Cuba.
But I pay. These people is told me that this paper for is 1 year. It's not true. It's only 6 months.
Yes.
The police certificate, all this is no. It's not true. I pay for this. More money is nothing. It's only 6 months.
Yeah. We thought like getting the police certificate, you know, he was told that if you put an extra stamp on it, it'll last a year, but in reality, it only lasts 6 months. So anyways, we got everything ready. He gave me all the paperwork, and the way he gave me the paperwork, like I told you guys, the internet's crazy. He had no computer at home. He would go to like a local place, and
these people have the small business that has computer. Yeah, I give you all this paper, I put in the machine, I let us put it in my phone, I email.
Yes, so one trip that I went to Cuba, I downloaded Gmail, and we both created a Gmail account for him. So whenever I needed paperwork from him, I would have him, you know, send it through that email. And this is his first time ever, you know, creating an email, sending an email, so everything was new. And there was times where I'm just like frustrated because I'm like, you didn't send it. It'd be sitting in drafts or something, you know, because he doesn't know how to use it. So, you know, that was a little bit of like a hiccup, because it was just like, I'm supposed to send this soon so we can get our interview. But yeah, everything was new. So he would have to send it by email, and I would have to print it out. And then I got all the paperwork ready, and I submitted it. In February 2020, guys, we had heard from the embassy, and they gave us an interview for May 2020. Guys, I was ecstatic. I was changing everything. I was living with roommates at the time, and I knew like, okay, this is gonna be hard. You know, with all of us, I had 2 other roommates. So I was thinking, dang, like, what am I gonna do? My lease isn't over until the end of the year. So, you know, I was just like, let me just wait and see what happens, because at that time I was aware of coronavirus and I didn't know where it was going, what was gonna happen. So I kind of just like waited and tried to see like what would pan out. So March 2020, that's when everything happened with coronavirus. People were sent home to work from home. I didn't know like my last day in the office would be my last day in the office. So I think that experience, the whole coronavirus experience, was scary because it's unknown. No one knew how you can catch it. No one knew anything. And on top of that, you know, we're supposed to be traveling to Guyana for our interview. So I was thinking optimistically, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, fine. We'll be gone out of work for a week, and you know, we'll be back and everything will be fine.
No.
Guys.
It's crazy.
It was crazy.
It's closed everything, the airport.
Everything was closed. The airport was closed. The embassy reached out. They let us know they canceled our interview. And guys, I was devastated. Devastated. Because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know when we were going to get an interview, or, you know, what would be the next steps. Where do we go from here? Like, all the paperwork that we got, it's going to expire eventually. I mean, what did you think about, how do you feel about when the pandemic hit and all that stuff? I feel like I'm mostly talking. I want him to talk more.
No, but you have more experience than me. It's crazy. It's close to the airport. Everything is back to back. Is putting worse in Cuba. You know? It's complicated, but it's hard. It's only talking on the phone. Back to back is crazy. The people is thinking, no, I thinking maybe 2 or 3 months is changed, and the news in Cuba, no, everything is fine here. 2 or 3 months, this is opening again, the airport. I don't know. There's no. Well, we'll see right now the worst of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, guys, it was crazy because you just didn't know what to expect next. You know, and it was like, okay, can we reschedule within a month? Is it going to be fine? Absolutely nothing. So at that point, we were fine. I think the first few months, we were completely fine. We were like, you know, we're going to make it work. We're meant to be together. Always talking every single day since June 2019, the day that, June 24th, 2019, the day that I spoke to Julio. We've spoken every single day since then.
5
till this day,
6 or 7 times a day or more.
Literally, he would call me 5-6 times a day. Lunch break, I would talk to Leo. We'd be on video calls. You know, late at night, we'll watch movies or listen to music together. Like, those are the things we did. But at the same time, there'd be times where I would go out to all these new places in New York, and I would just be thinking, man, I would love for Julio to be here. He would love this. I would call him on video all the time and be like, oh my God, you would love this. I can't wait for you to be here, and just be optimistic. But guys, it is hard.
It's hard, bro.
Guys, I'm an emotional person, so I'm warning you guys right now. I'm such an emotional person, but yeah, speaking to your person every day, the airport's closed, so you can't go see them. We're very optimistic in the very beginning.
I see you soon, you know, worry. I see this is crazy right now. It's separate all this pandemic, but I see you soon, you know, worry.
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah, it was honestly, in the beginning, it was fine. It was like, okay, you know, we can get through this. It's going to be fine. It'll probably be rescheduled for like August. And for me, I was like, okay, it gives me plenty of time to prepare more for him to come. So I was like, okay, this is completely fine. And then, you know, months are going by. We're talking every day, and You know, I'm putting it out in the universe that I'm gonna see you soon. I'm gonna see you soon. Days go by, weeks go by, and then months, and then that hope that you have is just decreasing little by little by little, and it's like, when am I gonna see him? And then he's struggling in Cuba because Cuba is just not in a good state. You know, he had to wake up 12 a.m. in the morning to get chicken, and the store doesn't even open until 6 a.m.
Yeah, a lot of people is the same. Going to the store, stay in the line, the store is closed, or sometimes maybe the store doesn't have chicken, have nothing, but the people wake up early. For these days, wake up early is bringing something for the store for you buy, I don't know, something for your house.
People sitting in line just to get one deodorant, and you're not even guaranteed that you get it. It's very sad to see, and you feel hopeless because you feel like you cannot do anything. So I'm gonna cry again.
Okay. I know. It's hard.
So
For all these people who have this process right now, you need to stay strong. It's very hard.
it's very hard through a pandemic. It's already long enough for the process alone, the immigration process, but through a pandemic, it's very difficult.
Yeah, well, he's talking for maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. Hey, I stay in the street. I stay in the line for buy chicken. What? You stay? You sure? I told you
I didn't believe it. I was just
one
like,
second.
what?
I put it back in my phone. Look, all these people on the park right now is waiting for opening the store tomorrow 9 in the morning for buy a small piece of chicken.
Yeah, in the beginning I was like, no way. 12 a.m. the store opens at 6. Why are you waiting in line at 12 a.m.? Didn't believe it. I was like, you know, I was just like, something doesn't sound right. But yeah, it was all honesty. And then you're seeing all these videos in Cuba, and I'm part of, you know, different Cuba groups on Facebook that have significant others in Cuba as well. And they were all saying the same thing, and it's just like, okay, what can we do to help? Because we feel helpless. We feel like we cannot do anything. So that was the hard part. And guys, I just started manifesting more, but it's October, and I was just like, I told him beginning of October, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see you 2021, maybe summer 2021. I was losing hope because I was expecting the best, but you know, nothing was happening. So I was like, you know what, maybe I just need to expect the worst and hope for the best. And I told him that I was like, I'm just gonna expect the worst and hope for the best, because if I keep getting my hopes up and nothing happens, I'm just gonna be devastated. And guys, I would go to sleep crying.
This is true. This is very true. But me is the same. I told you, hey, I see you. I see you. You told right now. All the time I told you, I see you soon. Boom. It happened.